Hello everyone, I'm Yumu from Susan's family. Today, I'll be showing you how to crochet this belle veste dress set from our Secret Garden collection. It has a dress and a shawl. The dress consists of the front piece, the back piece, the edging, and the accessories. We'll begin from the front piece. From bottom to top, it's divided into the skirt, the bodice, and the neck and shoulder. Let's start with the skirt. Work some foundation groups, then crochet back and forth. To create a texture like this, there is section 1, section 2, and section 3. Sections 1 and 3 are crocheted evenly. Section 2 requires decreases on both sides. Several stitch techniques will be used, all indicated in the chart, so I won't list them now. Let me show you the specific steps. Work section 1 first. Let's start. Take out the corresponding yarn. The yarn for this sample is random. For specific yarns, color schemes, and hook size, please refer to the product details page and the written pattern. Hang the yarn. Make a slip knot. Chain 3. You can chain slightly loose. Then insert into the first stitch. Pick up the back loop and the back ridge. Work a double crochet. Slightly stretch the loop. Chain 3. Crochet normally here. Insert into the double crochet stitch. Work a double crochet. Slightly stretch the loop to ensure it is level with the right side. We will treat these 3 chains and 1 double crochet as a foundation group. For the rest, just repeat the group. Note that the double crochet should be worked into the stitch below. The number of groups in this sample is random. The main focus is the method. We've finished the foundation groups. Move on to the first row. Read the chart from right to left. Make 3 turning chains. They count as a double crochet, then chain 4. Work a single crochet in the second double crochet stitch from your hook. It's the same stitch where you worked the last double crochet in. Chain 4. Then, in the next double crochet, work a DC4 in 1, which is working 4 double crochets in the same stitch. The DC4 in 1 is complete. Skip 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Work a DC4 in 1. We'll treat the stitches after the turning chain as a group. Repeat this group to crochet the rest of the row. Pay attention to the insertion point. After completing the final 4 chains, work a double crochet in where you worked your first double crochet. This completes the first row. We will consider the side with the starting yarn tail on the left as the right side of the piece, which is also the side with clearer texture. Move on to the second row. For this row, we should read the chart from left to right. Make 3 turning chains. Chain 5. Turn the work. Work a single crochet in this single crochet stitch. Note that on the wrong side, the stitches are on the upper left. Chain 5. In the rightmost stitch of this DC 4-in-1, work a DC 4-in-1. And in the leftmost stitch of the next DC 4-in-1, work 1. Chain 5. A single crochet in the single crochet stitch. Chain 5. You can see that we have worked groups like these on the groups from the previous row. Repeat the group all the way down this row. After completing the last 5 chains, work a double crochet in the turning chain. Insert into the 3rd stitch from below. Picking up these 2 strands to crochet. This completes the 2nd row. Continue with the 3rd row. Work 3 turning chains. Chain 5. Turn the work. Crochet correspondingly, repeating the group from the 2nd row. Work the last double crochet in the turning chain. Pay attention to inserting into the right stitch to crochet. When you need to work into the turning chain, you should pay attention to the insertion point. This completes the 3rd row. Move on to the 4th row. Work 3 turning chains. Turn the work. In the double crochet stitch below, work a DC 3-in-1. That is, work 3 double crochets in the same stitch. The DC 3-in-1 is complete. In the first stitch of this fan, work a DC 4-in-1. Chain 4. Skip 3 stitches. Insert into the stitch and work a single crochet. This single crochet can also be worked in this stitch on the right. Just work it in the stitch you like. Continue with 4 chains. In this leftmost stitch, work a DC 4-in-1. Skip the chains, work a DC 4-in-1 in this stitch. Refer to the chart and repeat the group to complete this row. The final DC 4-in-1 should be worked into the turning chain. Row 4 is complete. For rows 5 to 6, refer to the chart and work on your own. You can see that the patterns for the next 3 rows are staggered from the first 3 rows. For the following rows, just repeat the first 6 rows. Each DC 4-in-1 should be worked into an edge stitch of a fan. The first and last stitches are worked into either a turning chain or a double crochet stitch. Referring to the chart, work the remaining rows in section 1 on your own. Note that the row counts for the short and long versions are different. Just crochet according to your need. After completing row 6 in section 1, you can measure the dimensions of the piece. Compare them with the dimensions given in the chart. If there's a significant difference, you need to adjust your tension and recrochet. This is to avoid affecting the size of the dress. That concludes the instructions for section 1. Next, move on to row 1 in section 2. I will demonstrate using this sample. Work 3 turning chains. Chain 3. Turn your work. Skip 2 stitches and make a single crochet. Then repeat the group. Work the last double crochet into the turning chain. Row 1 is complete. For rows 2 through 5, refer to the chat to work. Don't forget to change at the beginning and the end to decrease. The first double crochet of row 4 is worked into the corresponding stitch of the turning chain. I have already done this part. Now I will demonstrate row 6. Work 3 turning chains. Turn your work. Referring to the chart, work the corresponding stitches. After completing the ending chain, make 3 double crochets into the double crochet stitch on the left. Then, insert into the same stitch and the turning chain. And work a DC2 tog. First, work 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The first stitch is complete. Then work the second one. Yarn over, insert into the top stitch of the turning chain. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The second stitch is complete. Finally, yarn over and draw through at once. The DC2 tog is complete. Row 6 is done. For the 7th row, end with a single crochet in the double crochet stitch. Skip the turning chain. Then continue working back and forth, and decreasing on both sides. Refer to the chart to work the edge stitches. Note to leave some of the turning chains unworked. You can also adjust the insertion points during the process. Ensure that the edges are neat and the piece is flat. At the end of row 13, there is a DC2 in 1. Let me show you how to work it. A DC2 in 1 is 2 double crochets in the same stitch. One. 2. The DC2 in 1 is done. You can see, we've worked 2 double crochets in the same stitch. This is how we work a DC2 in 1. Continue referring to the chart to complete the remaining rows. This concludes the instructions for section 2. After that, continue crocheting section 3 without increases or decreases. The technique is similar to section 1. The last row ends on the right side. Refer to the chart to complete it on your own. This concludes the instructions for the skirt. Next, we will crochet the bodice on the skirt. Decreases are needed on both sides. The new stitch techniques are treble crochet and half double crochet. Let me show you the specific steps. Work the first row. I will use this sample for the demonstration. It has fewer rows. For the main focus is the method. Chain 4 first. Turn the work. Work a single crochet in the 5th stitch. Continue crocheting referring to the chart. After completing the last 4 chains, join with a slip stitch in the turning chain. Slightly tighten it up. The first row is complete. Move on to the second row. We should carry the yarn. Stretch the loop. Thread the yarn ball or fabric through the loop. Tighten. Turn the work. Find the beginning of this row. The first double crochet. Draw the yarn through the stitch. Adjust the carried yarn to fit the fabric. Now we've carried the yarn across. Then chain 3. Continue crocheting referring to the chart. After completing the last double crochet, the second row is now complete. For rows 3 to 6, crochet back and forth referring to the chart. Pay attention to the stitch changes at the edges. Carry the yarn using the same method where needed. Please complete these rows on your own. Move on to the 7th row. First, chain 1 as the turning chain for the single crochet. Turn your work. Work a single crochet in the first stitch. Chain 2. Skip 1 stitch, then work a single crochet. Chain 4. In the single crochet on the left, work a double crochet. Chain 4. Work a single crochet in this double crochet. Chain 4. In the space between these two DC4 in 1s, work a single crochet. Chain 4. Work a single crochet in the leftmost double crochet. Take a look. This row involves working a double crochet in single crochet stitches and in the edge stitches of 2 fans, as well as the spaces between, working a single crochet, chain 4 between each stitch. Complete this row following this method. At last, chain 2. Skip 1 stitch, and work a single crochet. Row 7 is complete. Move on to row 8. Work a turning chain. Turn your work. Work a single crochet in the left chain space. Chain 3. Work a double crochet in the second chain space below. Chain 5. Work a double crochet. We'll consider the stitches worked in this space as group 1. Then chain 3. Work a single crochet in the left chain space. Chain 3. We'll consider the chain stitches and the single crochet as group 2. In the second single crochet to the left, work a group 1. And work a group 2 in the second space below. Refer to the chart to work group 1 and group 2. The insertion points for these two groups are not fixed. Refer to the chart for specific points. In this sample, they are random. After completing the last group 1, chain 3. In the ending chain space and the edge stitch, work a single crochet each. Row 8 is complete. Move on to row 9. Make 3 turning chains. Turn your work. Work a double crochet in this single crochet in the space of group 1 from the previous row. Work a group 2. On the left side, in the single crochet of group 2, work 1 group 1. Continue with this method, working the corresponding group 2 and group 1. After completing the last group 2, work a DC2 in 1 in the final stitch. Row 9 is done. For the following rows 10 to 12, continue alternating between group 1 and group 2. Stagger the groups of these rows. Pay attention to the insertion position for the last stitch. In row 13, there is a new technique, half double crochet. Let me show you. To work a half double crochet, yarn over, insert into the left stitch. Yarn over, draw the yarn through. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, draw through all the loops on the hook at once. It is done. This is how you work a half double crochet. For rows 14 to 15, continue to crochet according to the chart. Note that at the end of row 15, the slip stitch should not be pulled tight. For row 16, start by making 4 turning chains. At the end, there is a new technique, treble crochet. Let me show you how to work it. To work a treble crochet, yarn over twice. Insert into the left stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. There are 4 loops on the hook now. Yarn over. Draw through the first 2 loops. There are 3 loops left. Yarn over. Draw through the first 2 loops. There are 2 loops left. Yarn over. Draw through the remaining loops. It is now complete. This is how you work a treble crochet. For the remaining rows of the bodice, continue to work back and forth, referring to the chart. Pay attention to the change in the number of chains of pattern 1 in the last row. Please following the method I just showed you. Complete the bodice. That concludes the instructions for the bodice. Next, let's learn about the neck and shoulder. It is divided into left part and right part. The directions refer to the left and the right when it is worn. First, crochet the left part from where the bodice ends. Then, join the yarn to crochet the right part. The new stitch techniques are DC, HDC tog, SC2 tog and HDC2 tog. Let me show you the specific steps. Before you start, refer to the chart. Find the corresponding position for the neck and shoulder. Mark it with stitch markers. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use safety pins or paper clips instead. The marked points in the sample are random. Your points depend on the actual project in your hands. Then, I will use this sample to demonstrate the crocheting method. First, crochet the first row of the left part. Follow the chart to crochet the corresponding stitches. After completing the last double crochet, chain 4. Then work a half double crochet and a double crochet together. First, work an incomplete half double crochet in this stitch. Yarn over. Insert. Draw the yarn through. The incomplete half double crochet is done. Next, in the marked space, work an incomplete double crochet. Yarn over and draw through all the loops. The DCHDC tog is done. Row 1 is complete. Do not crochet in the remaining stitches. For the following rows, continue crocheting back and forth, decrease on the neckline side, and carry the yarn across where needed. In row 7, there will be SC2 tog. Let me demonstrate with this sample. In this chain space and this stitch on its left. Work an incomplete single crochet each. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. The first stitch is complete. The second stitch. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops. A SC2 tog is done. Now, refer to the chart to complete the neck and shoulder. Pay attention to the change in the number of chains. After completing, fasten off the yarn. Let me demonstrate using this sample. Chain 1 to secure. Stretch the loop. Leave a 5 cm tail and cut the yarn. That completes the instructions for the left part. Move on to the right part. Join the yarn at the other marked space. Make a slip knot. Place the already crocheted part on the right side. Then, refer to the chart to crochet. The method is similar to the left part. Weave the yarn tail following the texture. What should be noticed is that there is a HDC2 tog at the end of the second row. Let me show you how to work. Work an incomplete half double crochet. Yarn over and draw through all the loops. The HDC2 tog is complete. Continue working the right part referring to the chart. Finally, fasten off the yarn. That's all the instructions for the neck and shoulder. And we've completed the front piece. Next, let's work the back piece. It begins with several foundation groups, and then is worked back and forth in rows. It is also divided into the skirt, the bodice, and the neck and shoulder. The crochet method is similar to the front piece, but the bodice consists of more rows. The neck and shoulder are crocheted separately for the left and right parts. Refer to the chart and crochet accordingly. At the end of the last row of the right part, there is a new stitch technique, TR2 tog. Let me show you. To work a TR2 tog, yarn over twice. Insert into the stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Draw through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again. Draw through the first 2 loops. This is an incomplete treble crochet. Work the second one. Yarn over twice. Insert into the next stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Draw through 2 loops, twice. The second incomplete treble crochet is complete. Now there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Draw through all the loops on the hook. Now it is done. This is how you work a TR2 tog. After completing the neck and shoulder, fasten off. Please complete it on your own. After completing the back piece, join the front and back pieces together. There is joining between shoulders and joining between skirts. First, join the shoulders of the 2 pieces. Here, we need to have the wrong sides facing out. Insert the hook into the corresponding positions of the shoulders on both pieces from the wrong side. Work single crochets to join. Chain 3 between every 2 stitches. You can also adjust the number of chains according to your preference. For the specific joining method, please watch the video. Let me use the right front piece as an example. Please note, the left and the right refer to the actual wearing positions. Place the right front piece and the back piece with the right sides together. Wrong sides out. You can start joining from either side. Overlap and align the shoulders. This is the back piece. This is the right front piece. We start from the edge here and join all the way to this double crochet. On the back piece, it's this double crochet. Pick up a few threads at the edges of both pieces. Join the yarn. Work a turning chain. Make a single crochet at where you joined the yarn. Then chain 2 or 3. I'll be chaining 3. Skip several stitches. Pick up a few threads at the edge and work a single crochet. The interval should be roughly the same as the chain in length. Ensuring the piece doesn't curl after completing. And when there is a carried yarn, weave it in. Joining involves alternating between a single crochet and 2 or 3 chains. Please complete the joining of these two edges. Fasten off the yarn. Then join the skirt edges. Also on the wrong side. The method is similar to joining the shoulders. Pay attention to matching the groups in each row. You can use stitch markers to match and secure first. For the specific joining method, please watch the video. The following demonstration shows how to join two pieces with single crochets and chains. Place the two pieces with the right sides together. Wrong sides facing out. Overlap them and align. Insert into the corner of two pieces. Join the yarn. Work a turning chain. Make a single crochet in the same position. Then work a chain bridge. You can refer the number of chains to the chart. I'll be chaining 3 here. Then insert into here. Pay attention to inserting through both pieces. Work a single crochet. Then a chain bridge. Inserting through both pieces. Work a single crochet. Continue with chains and single crochets. Make sure the pieces are aligned. Don't let them out of place. The position of the single crochet is not fixed, as long as you keep the pieces flat while crocheting. Continue joining at this edge. Fasten off. We've completed the joining at this edge. This is the effect seen from the right side. That's all for the back piece. Next, let me show you how to crochet the edging. We'll be edging the armholes, the neckline, and the hem. For the first two, we'll be crocheting around the armholes and the neckline, formed by the front and back pieces. The method is the same. To edge the hem, we'll be crocheting around the foundation groups of the skirt. Let me show you the specific steps. First, crochet the first round around the neckline. I'll demonstrate with this sample. Join the yarn at the shoulder seam. I'll join the yarn at the right shoulder seam. Work a turning chain. Work 3 single crochets on the left edge of the last row. Continue crocheting following the chart. You can work a single crochet on the edge of this single crochet. Continue crocheting following the chart. There are no specific requirements for the insertion points of the single crochets. Just make sure the stitches are evenly distributed, and the stitch count is correct. The count is random for the sample. When there is a carried yarn or a yarn tail, weave it in as you go. Now there are chain spaces and stitches. Continue to make single crochets correspondingly. Work on this side using the same method. After completing the work on the back piece, you can check the stitch count. Then continue to work on the front piece in the same way. Finish with a slip stitch. The first round is complete. Then crochet the second round. Make 3 turning chains. Work 3 double crochets in where you slip stitched in. Skip 3 stitches and work a slip stitch. You can do this without tightening. We will treat the crocheted stitches as a group. Continue to work groups to complete this round. Note that the double crochets and slip stitch should be worked in the same position. The last slip stitch should be worked into the slip stitch position of the previous round. Then fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side. This completes the neckline edging. Edge the armholes using the same method. Please refer to the chart to complete it on your own. For the hem edging, crochet around the foundation groups. The new stitch technique is CH3 picket. Let me show you. I will demonstrate with this sample. At the joining point of the front and back pieces, attach the yarn to the chain space on the left side. Work a turning chain. Work 4 single crochets in the same space. Weave in the yarn tail. Work 4 single crochets in the next space. Then work a CH3 picket. First, chain 3. Then pick up the front loop of this stitch and the strand below to work a slip stitch. Slightly tighten it up. A CH3 picket is complete. We'll refer to it as picket from now on. Insert into the chain space. Work 4 single crochets. Then repeat for 3 times. After completing, work a picket. First, chain 3. Then pick up the front loop of this stitch and the strand below. Work a slip stitch. The picket is complete. Continue working this round using the same method. Finish with a slip stitch. Fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side. This completes the instructions for the hem edging. And we've finished the edging work. Next, let's learn about the accessories, including ties as well as flower and leaf decorations. Let's begin from the ties. Crochet a Romanian cord first, then add the pearl buttons. For the beginning and ending of the Romanian cord, leave a tail of about 20 centimeters for sewing. The specific length of the cord can be found in the chart, or you can adjust as needed. Please continue following the video. Let me show you how to work the Romanian cord. Start from a foundation chain. Chain 2. Then insert into the back loop of the first stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Draw the yarn through both loops. Keep the hook still. Turn the piece clockwise. Then, pick up these 2 strands. Yarn over, draw through. Yarn over again, draw through the loops on the hook. Again, turn the piece clockwise. Pick up these 2 strands. Yarn over, make a single crochet. Turn the piece clockwise. Pick up the 2 strands and make a single crochet. Keep repeating the process. Turn the piece clockwise. Pick up the 2 strands in the upper left and make a single crochet. Crochet until the required length. Chain 1 to secure. Leave the yarn tail. Fasten off. If sewing is needed, leave a longer yarn tail. This is how we work a Romanian cord. After completing it, sew a purl button on both ends. Let me demonstrate the sewing method with this sample. After securing it firmly, you can wrap a few rounds at the sewing position. To make it look neat. Then thread through the cord, tie off and weave in the end. Secure the purl on the other end in the same way. Please complete it on your own. Next, thread the ties through the spaces on both sides of the hem. They are about 10 centimeters away from the underarm. No need to thread it through the back piece. For the threading position, you can also try it on to determine. Finally, tie it off according to your preference. That concludes the instructions for the ties. Next, let's learn about the flowers and the leaves. There are motif 1, motif 2, motif 3, motif 4. Leaves. We'll crochet them separately first, then sew them onto the upper part of the dress. Note that the number of each kind of motifs in the chart is for reference only. You can adjust the quantity and their positions as needed. Let's work a motif 1 first. Start with a magic ring. Then crochet in rounds counterclockwise. New stitch techniques are treble crochet and are 2 in 1. Let me show you the specific steps. Start with a double magic ring. Work 3 turning chains. Then work the corresponding number of double crochets into the ring. Tighten up the magic ring. Slip stitch into the first double crochet. Pull tight. This completes the first round. Now let's work on the second round. Make 3 turning chains. Chain 1. Work a double crochet into the adjacent stitch. Chain 1. Then alternate between a double crochet and a chain. To complete this round, then pick up 2 strands of the third chain. Join with a slip stitch, tighten it up. This completes the second round. Now let's work on the third round. Make a turning chain. Work a single crochet in the left chain space and 2 single crochets in the next space. Continue with 2 single crochets in each chain space. Work this round completely. Slip stitch into the first single crochet and tighten it up. This completes the third round. Now let's work on the fourth round. Make a turning chain. Work a single crochet in where you slip stitched in. Then work 1 in the next stitch. Chain 5. Work a treble crochet in the next stitch. Yarn over 3 times. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Draw through 2 loops for 4 times. This completes a treble crochet. Work 1 in the next stitch. Chain 5. Work 2 single crochets. Chain 1. Treat the crocheted stitches as a group. Repeating the process. Work 4 more groups. Remember to chain 1 after each group. After completing the last chain, Slip stitch into the first single crochet. Pull tight. This completes the 4th round. Now let's crochet the 5th round. Work a turning chain. It can be slightly loose. Then, in the first chain space, work a single crochet. A half double crochet, 4 double crochets, 4 treble crochets. Then in the next 2 adjacent stitches, work a T or 2 in 1 each, which means working 2 treble crochets in the same stitch. Chain 2. Work 2 treble crochets in the next stitch. Then in the next chain space, crochet symmetrical stitches to those in the previous space. After that, work a slip stitch into the space between the groups. Then, in this way, refer to the chart to complete this round. After completing, slip stitch. Into the first single crochet. Pull tight. This completes the 5th round. Now let's crochet the 6th round. Carry the yarn across. Draw the yarn through the second double crochet. Work a turning chain. Then work a single crochet in the same stitch. And a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then crochet corresponding stitches. After completing, work 2 double crochets in the chain space. Then crochet a CH3 picot. Chain 3 first. Then pick up the front loop and the strand below. Work a slip stitch. This completes the CH3 picket. Work 2 more double crochets in this space. Then crochet corresponding stitches. After completing, chain 3. Then, work a slip stitch into the same position as the one from the previous round. Chain 3. This round involves working groups. Slip stitching into the same position as the previous round's slip stitch, and chaining 3 before and after that. Continue working this round. After completing, work a slip stitch and tighten it up. Leave a long yarn tail and fasten off. This completes the 6th round. The motif 1 is now complete. In the same way, work the remaining ones. Set them aside once finished. That concludes the instructions for motif 1. Let's move on to motif 2. Start with a magic ring. Then crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Let me show you the specific steps. The magic ring and the first round are almost the same as those of motif 1. The only difference is the stitch count. Please refer to the chart to work. I have already crocheted it beforehand. Now let's crochet the second round. Chain 5 first. Then skip 3 stitches from where you slip stitched in. Work a slip stitch. Don't pull it tight. Chain 5. Skip 3 stitches and slip stitch. In this way, continue to complete this round. After the last 5 chains, slip stitch into the same position as the previous round's slip stitch. This completes the second round. Now let's crochet the third round. Work a turning chain. Then work a single crochet in where you slip stitched in. Next, crochet the corresponding stitches in this chain space. After completing, in the insertion point for the slip stitch from the previous round, work a single crochet. In this way, complete this round. Slip stitch into the first single crochet. Pull it tight. This completes the third round. Now let's crochet the fourth round. Work a turning chain. Work a single crochet in the adjacent single crochet stitch. Then continue to work the corresponding stitches. After that, slip stitch into the single crochet in the middle. Then continue crocheting the corresponding stitches. Slip stitch into the middle single crochet. Referring to the chart. Complete this round. Finally, in the same insertion point as the previous round slip stitch, make a slip stitch. Then slip stitch into the first single crochet and tighten. Leave a long tail and fasten off. The starting tail can be woven in a bit before trimming. That completes a motif 2. Now follow the same method to complete the remaining ones. Set them aside once finished. That concludes the instructions for motif 2. Next, we'll learn how to work a motif 3. Start with a magic ring, then crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Let me show you the specific steps. Create a magic ring first. Then chain 12. Slip stitch into the ring. Chain 12 again. Slip stitch into the ring. Chain 12. Slip stitch. This completes the first round. Don't tighten up the ring. Continue to crochet the second round. Directly work the corresponding stitches into the ring. Then, make a slip stitch between these chains. Then crochet the corresponding stitches in the adjacent chain space. Slip stitch in between the chains. Work in the last chain space. Finally, make a slip stitch. After completing, tighten up the magic ring. Leave a long yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the starting yarn tail. On the wrong side. This completes the second round. A motif 3 is also complete. Set it aside. Following the same method, crochet all the remaining ones. This concludes the instructions for motif 3. Next, let's learn about motif 4. Start with a magic ring. Then crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Please keep watching the video. Now let me show you how to crochet a motif 4. First, referring to the chart, work the magic ring and the first round. Let's crochet the second round. Chain 1 first, then work a slip stitch in the next stitch. Chain 1. Slip stitch. Proceed by alternating between a chain and a slip stitch to complete this round. After the last chain, slip stitch in the insertion point. For the previous round's slip stitch, leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Weave in the starting yarn tail. Now we've completed a motif 4. Set it aside. Following the same method, crochet the remaining ones. This concludes the instructions for motif 4. Next, let's learn how to work a leaf. There are large leaves and small leaves. All begin with the foundation chain. First crochet the stem back and forth, then fasten off. Join the yarn and crochet the leaf. I will first demonstrate how to crochet the small leaves. Let me show you. First, start with the foundation chain and crochet the stem. From the third chain from your hook, pick up the back loop and work a single crochet. Leave the last 2 chains unworked in. Slip stitch into the first chain. Fasten off. The first row is complete. The stem is now done. Then, crochet the leaf. Take the new yarn. Join it into the first single crochet on the right side. Work 2 turning chains. They count as a half double crochet, corresponding to the first single crochet below. Then crochet half double crochets evenly in the stitches on the left. After that, work 3 half double crochets in the chain space on the left. Rotate the piece. Pick up the other 2 strands, which is inserting into the insertion point for the single crochet. Work half double crochets evenly. Then work 3 half double crochets in the chain space on the left. If you can't find the exact spot, just pick up random strands. Finish with a slip stitch. The second round is complete. For the following rounds, work according to the chart all the way around. After completing, leave a long tail for sewing. This concludes the instructions for a small leaf. Follow this method to crochet the corresponding number of small leaves. The method for the large leaves is the same as the small ones. Just crochet according to the chart. Once all the motifs and leaves are crocheted, sew them on the dress. Place all the pieces with the right side facing up. Position them correctly on the front and back pieces, bodice as well as neck and shoulder. The distribution of the motifs and leaves can be referenced from the chart. You can also adjust it according to your preference. Note that the rounder end of the leaves should be underneath the piece. Motif 3S and Motif 4S can be scattered. They do not need to be paired with leaves. When sewing, using the reserved yarn tail, stitch along the middle and edges of the pieces. Pick the strands on the wrong side, and sew it to the piece below to secure. Let me show you how to sew them on specifically. Note that the focus is the method. The pieces are not for reference. Now, I will demonstrate sewing it on the corner of the right bodice. Take out a motif. Thread the reserved yarn tail through the sewing needle. Place a petal beyond the edge. Then pick up the strands on the wrong side of the motif. Sew it to the dress. When you reach the petal beyond the edge, you can sew a few stitches secure it. Then, along the last round of the motif, continue sewing. Please finish it yourself. Then, tie off and weave in the ends. That completes the sewing of a motif 1. Follow the same method to sew the rest of the motif 1s. Now the demonstration for the decorations is complete. Next, let's learn about the shawl. It consists of the main piece and the edging. Let's begin from the main piece. We will start with the foundation chain, then work back and forth along the chain. The pattern is similar to the latter part of the bodice in the front piece. Let me show you the specific steps. Make a foundation chain. The sample has fewer stitches. I'll mainly demonstrate the method. Then crochet the first row. Make a turning chain in the second stitch from your hook. Pick up the back loop and the back ridge, which are 2 strands like these. Work a single crochet. Chain 3. Skip 4 stitches and work a group 1. Then skip 4 stitches and work a group 2. Continue skipping 4 stitches, alternating between a group 1 and a group 2 to complete this row. After completing the last single crochet, the first row is complete. We will consider the side with the starting yarn tail on the left as the right side. Continue to work the second row. First, carry the yarn to the chain space of the group 1. Then continue crocheting according to the chart. The second row is complete. For the subsequent rows of the main piece, continue following the chart to work back and forth. Note that you need to carry the yarn at the beginning of each row to create the decrease effect like this. After completing the 4th row, you can measure the height and the width of the bottom edge. Compare them with the dimensions given in the chart. If there is a significant difference, you can adjust your tension and recrochet to avoid affecting the final product size. Once the main piece is all done, fasten off the yarn. Please complete it yourself. This concludes the instructions for the main piece. Finally, crochet the edging. We'll be working around the main piece. The new stitch technique is DC5 popcorn. Let me show you the specific steps. I will demonstrate with this sample. on the right side of the main piece, at the second to last row. Attach the yarn to the last double crochet, which is stitch on the right side of the yarn tail. Work a turning chain. Make a single crochet in the same stitch. Chain 7. Then, in the chain space of the group 1 in the last row, work a DC5 popcorn. Work 5 double crochet first. Remove the hook. Insert into the first stitch. Draw the loop through. The stitches will puff forward. Chain 1 to secure. The DC5 popcorn is done. We'll refer to it as a popcorn from now on. Then, chain 4. In the space behind the popcorn, work a slip stitch. Chain 4. Slip stitch into the same position. Repeat once more. We consider the popcorn, the chains, and the slip stitches as a popcorn pattern. Chain 7. In the double crochet of the second row on the left, work a single crochet. Weave in the carried yarn as you go. Work 2 single crochets in the chain space on the left. A single crochet in this single crochet stitch. Chain 4. Work a popcorn pattern in the double crochet on the left. Work a popcorn first, so we make 5 double crochets. Remove the hook. Insert into the first stitch. Draw the loop through. The stitches puff forward. Chain 1 to secure. Then popcorn is complete. Chain 4. Slip stitch into the space behind the popcorn. Repeat twice. The popcorn pattern is complete. Chain 4. Work a single crochet in the double crochet on the left. Two in the chain space. And 1 in the single crochet. For the rest, just repeat what we did at the edge of these 2 rows. Continue crocheting to finish this side. Now we're at the edge of the last row. Work a single crochet in the double crochet. 1 in the chain space. Chain 4. Work a popcorn pattern in the single crochet on the left. Then chain 4. In the insertion point for the single crochet, at the edge of the first row, work a single crochet, and work 1 in the chain space, chain 4. In the insertion point for the group 1, work a popcorn pattern. Chain 4. Work a single crochet in the chain space, 1 in the single crochet stitch, 1 in the chain space, continue in this way. Work a popcorn group in the where you worked group 1s. In the insertion point for the single crochet, and the chain spaces on its both sides, work a single crochet in each, chain 4 between the single crochets and the group. Work all the way through the foundation chain. After completing the corner, referring to the chart, continue working with the method on the side. When crocheting the popcorn and encountering the carried yarn, make sure to weave it into the stitch. Finish with a slip stitch. Fasten off. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side. The edging is now complete. That's all the instructions for the shawl. You can now tidy it up and iron it. Now, we've finished the entire set. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.